Hello Geezbros and welcome back to episode 5 of the Drayton Town career mode here on EAFC. So this is not the nitty gritty stuff, but this is where it gets interesting to see how the players will play and the development of this sort of game. So we're talking formations and there's a lot changing. I know that they banned some in tournaments which are completely broken according to that, but we are going with our traditional formations to start with, exactly what we did in previous episodes, previous games, and also what we did when we lined up in our actual gameplay as well. In real life, because it just fits the team well and how we did with the players. Other players have just come in and sort of adapted and stuff like that, so nothing really has changed. You can just see me sort of changing all the players on the side there, but in terms of basics, we are going as a simple 4-2-1-3. Or 4-3-3 out position, which means that we are using a lot of wingers. We did when we played sort of our home games when we had AstroTurf, even though technically it wasn't home and away because we were just playing grassroots football. But when we had home games where you had an actual own pitch that we used, an all-weather pitch, as I said in previous videos, we used colleges for their all-weather pitch. So the pitches were very, very wide. So when we played a very big majority of a 4-3-3 sort of formation. So we used a lot of wingers. I remember running up and down week in, week out up them pitches, and it used to knacker me out because it was so long and wide that you just had to just keep running and running and running. So that's what we're going to do for our home. Free kicks go to Mikey as usual. I'll take the penalty as usual. I take one of the corners and get nil. I always use out swingers. I don't like the in swingers for corners. So home is pretty standard, and that's how we're going to go for home. Away is almost the same, but just a little bit different. We're going to go with a 4-2-3-1, which means 3 attacking midfielders across the middle with 2 defending or holding defenders really as well. So we're not actually going to push anyone sort of forward if we're not going to need to. We're going to sit back. We're going to play very defensive. When we played on grass games, especially with the sort of the standard of the pitch that we did have, a lot of it was very bumpy. It wasn't very nice to play on. Loads of mistakes sort of happened. So we're going to sit back, sort of defend how we used to, and hit on the counter attack, especially away from home, as you would do in real life. And then the away one was sorted. So it was onto the cup, and it was almost as easy knowing what I wanted to do, but then realised that certain people changed positions and sort of new players were added into this as well, so trying to fit how they played. So I set it out as a 4-4-1-1. That's what I did, and then I sort of put everyone together, and it just didn't fit the team where I wanted everyone to play because certain players were missing, and I didn't really want that. So I changed it to a 3-1-4-2, which you think was really weird, but 3 big tall centre backs that we do have in our team into the position there, and then we use Danny in the holding sort of midfielder up towards the top, and used Tyler and Alfie in there as well. Kian and Jax out wide, and then we had Ocean and Robbie. I did it off camera, but I moved Robbie back a little bit just for the fact that Ocean can play in front of him, so Robbie with his height and strength can flick the balls on and lay it towards Ocean to run on goal with the speed that Ocean does have. So it kind of works in that. We're going to use it quick passing because it's really tight in the middle. There's 6 people in the pitch in the middle, as you can see. So if we use quick indirect passing and use everyone's sort of inability to use into that, will actually be really good with that. And then Jackson Keane nice and wide, 2 left footers in the team, both wide, hopefully not an issue with that. I don't really see it being an issue, but hopefully that works out really, really well. And the Ocean and Robbie up top, as I said, just going to use their height and speed and their strength to try and win these games. Get Keane and Jax over the corners, Ocean on the penalties as well, and get Keane to whip in some of the corners and free kicks as well. So that pretty much sums up in terms of the positions. Is a very good sort of standard of formations and how everyone's going to play. I think hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, I'll change it. If you think that I should change something in there, then let me do so, or let me know and I'll change it accordingly. So the cups we're 3-1-4-2, away with 4-2-3-1, and then home we're attacking of a 4-3-3. I know holding you can sit back and be defensive. Defensively you can be a standard kind of a 4-4-2 in the middle, but we're going to be more attacking. You're going to use them wide people, the extra excuse me, the extra 3 at the top with the 4-3-3 is that Neil was going to sit in, as you can see in the top right hand corner, you can see the 2 holding midfielders, and you can see Neil and Mikey in the 4-3-3 position. So that is how we're going to base it up there. I'm really looking forward towards this. Hopefully it works. I don't see it not working in respect of that. Hopefully we can get, obviously, the wins that we do. Everything else is done, all the sort of people's position, and everyone's sort of everyone's just done. We're ready to go. The preseason will be next. I've done everyone's squad numbers now. Everyone's ready to go in this. I'm ready to go. So the next episode that will be released will be sort of the preseason and how we did in that. And then if there isn't a preseason, it will be the first sort of games of the season. But guys, thank you very much for watching this one. Leave a like, comment down below, and I'll see you all for the next episode.